All right, our team coverage continues now. Alicia Nieves, she is standing by out and about in the community this evening with more. Alicia, exactly where are you tonight and what's going on out there?
Hey JR, I'm outside Springdale Elementary School. This is where Faye Swetlik was a first grader. And earlier today when our team got out here, we wanted to check it out, see what we could see here. We happened to catch a father who left flowers in front of the sign. I'm going to step out of the way so Emily behind the camera can zoom in. A makeshift memorial has started right underneath the school sign. You can see there balloons, maybe 4 or 5 bouquets of flowers. We are seeing people stop by. I probably got here about 4:30, and it's not just adults who are stopping by like that father. By the way, that father, he says his son is also a first grader here at Springdale Elementary School. His son is not in Faye's class, but he was asking questions, you know, about his fellow first grader who went missing. And so the father felt compelled to come earlier. But it's not just adults we're seeing out here. We're seeing families. I saw a couple of ladies stop by with 2 children. We saw one of our co-workers stop by with his family, his son, around the same age as Faye. And it's not just flowers and balloons. We have toys over there. By the way, we're standing across the street, as you guys can tell, because we're not allowed on property, understandably so. But it has just been remarkable to see how everyone here has remembered or is remembering Faye. You have prayer vigils happening. You have this starting outside Springdale Elementary. You have the open prayer going on at Trinity Church from 5 to 7 tonight. So JR, this is just community support that we have been seeing all day, and it has been really nice again to see not just adults out here, but you have children around Faye Swetlik's age come out here, lay down the flowers themselves. So it's really been a touching sight to see.
Yeah, and as you're speaking to us, we see activity behind you by the sign of the school right now, Alicia. It looks like somebody else is pulling up right in the middle of your live shot, even as we talk about what's going on out there.
Yes, so this is what we're seeing. Cars will park, oh gosh, I hate, some cars that, you know, the people walking out are going inside the school. But for the folks who have stopped by to leave something, that's where they're parking. They'll do a quick run and leave a token of remembrance. I did notice also families who have stopped by, they have left something. Others may not have had anything, and they would stop by underneath the sign to just have a moment of silence, because this truly has impacted this community so very much. I had a friend in Indiana call to ask me about this. People all over the nation have their eye on this case, and this has been a heartbreaking piece of news that we learned today. And this first father who we met, who I mentioned earlier, that happened a couple of hours after the news came out. So people, upon hearing the news, feel the need to immediately do something. So that has been, again, truly a sight to see.
One of the things that we know is that the principal at Springdale Elementary has sent letters home with the parents. She even left a voicemail talking to parents about the best way to talk to their students about Faye's loss. Have you heard anything about that as well, Alicia?
I did hear it mentioned earlier about a voicemail left. I did not get a chance to read it, but you can only imagine, just like the father's little boy earlier asking questions about this. You have to also keep in mind how this affects children, right? How to talk to your children about this. Adults, we know this is heartbreaking news, but maybe children may not yet fully understand the scope of what has happened. They're not at the age yet. If they're in Faye's class, if they're Faye's age, that's in first grade. You're just kind of starting to learn your feelings at that age. So I will tell you though, the children who I have seen stop by, they're all around her age. We didn't get a chance to talk to them again. We can't cross the street, but it just makes you really think about how this has impacted these children, how they will get through this, and how counselors here, how their teachers are going to help them get through it. Emily's pointing at someone else who's stopping by. Let me get out of the way so we can zoom in here. It appears another bouquet of flowers is being left underneath this sign. I think I'm counting 5 or 6 bouquets now. Again, I got here at 4, so about 2 hours later, it just continues to grow, JR and Darcy, and that's really been nice to see. I'm not sure if everyone knows Faye or her family, but even if they don't, it's touching. They took a couple of minutes out of their day to do this. It's not just flowers and balloons. We're seeing toys out here. So I'll keep you updated on everything we see out here, again, in front of Springdale Elementary School. I'll send it back to you.
Alicia, thank you so much. Such a touching thing to see there.